Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, and well, today let's do an episode of Let's Chat because we haven't done that for a while and I have something very interesting to show you. Now, I'll be the first to admit that this show is normally filler content when I don't really have something very educational. I just sit down and talk about some experience I had. To be fair, I am quite in need of filler, but this is a very interesting experience. In fact, probably a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me. So yeah, I'm very glad to share it with you. Let's talk about this after the break. Hello and welcome to Let's Chat. Now, as part of my university career, if you call it that, basically one of the things that I get to do is motion capture. Yes, that is mocap, and essentially it is an extremely high-end thing. It is only used by studios with quite a lot of budget to aid in their animations. It's definitely not something that consumers get to play with. The entire setup is hundreds of thousands of dollars. So yeah, it was a very good opportunity and I'm very glad to be able to be part of it. In this particular vlog, I'm just gonna describe the events that went down and just talk a little bit about the process and the technology. So basically, we cleared out a seminar room and we placed 10 cameras in a circle. Now, these aren't just any old cameras. They're actually specialized cameras made by a company called Vicon for the particular purpose of motion capture. They look something like this. There's actually a ring of little infrared LEDs all over the front. The camera itself is actually an infrared camera, and it is capable of capturing close to 4K resolution at 120 frames per second. So it is a very specialized piece of equipment. They were also $20,000 a piece, so I wasn't exactly a fan of pushing them around on a trolley, especially not all 10 of them at once. But yeah, I digress. The purpose of having these cameras was to actually capture little retroreflective markers. As you can see, these are the markers just lying there. You know, I took a picture with my camera without using the flash, and they don't look very remarkable. But when you actually take a photo of them with flash, you realize that they glow brightly. And that is the whole point. They're supposed to actually reflect the infrared from the camera back to the camera itself. And the camera will use this to track the positions of all the markers in 2D space. We begin by actually grabbing this wand. It's actually an L-shaped structure with a number of little reflective markers all over it. And we wave it to the cameras. Of course, we're not just doing this to the camera. All the cameras are feeding a computer software called Vicon Blade. And basically what this program does is it looks at the footage from all the cameras and basically uses them to figure out the 3D space that the cameras are looking at. By actually waving that wand, the software is able to try and figure out where all the cameras are in the 3D space. This step is called calibration. It's only done once at the beginning, and after that, we can actually go down to the interesting part. So this is my friend putting on the mocap suit. It is a pretty tight black spandex suit, so you know, not the most comfortable thing in the world. It is also made of that felt material, the kind that Velcro actually sticks to, and basically we spent quite some time putting on all the tracking markers on his body. There are 53 tracking markers and we have to actually place them in pretty precise locations, since of course these are the positions that the program is looking for. So basically what you're seeing is me and a couple of guys trying to figure out where all the different markers actually go. We are of course helped by our professor, and well, it takes a while, but eventually we get our friend fully dressed up in that mocap suit with all the markers in place. Taking a few photos at this point of time using flash actually reveals all the markers on his body, and you can actually see them very clearly. This is the same kind of view that the cameras actually grab of the actor. And that is what is used to actually reconstruct the 3D position of all the points in space. After everything has been set up, we're actually ready to begin recording some takes of our friend doing various actions in a mocap suit. As you can see, all the points are actually being captured by the software. So yeah, for the purpose of this assignment, we actually spent some time acquiring a few pieces of different data. And the whole point of what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually have to process, we actually have to clean up this data, and then submit it as a deliverable for the assignment. The cleaning up process is pretty simple. I'm not gonna actually show you too much of it because, you know, I'm actually showing you a lot of software and YouTube doesn't really like me doing that. The whole point is, if you're doing certain actions, for example, if you're doing a dance with your hands over here, you might actually block out certain tracking markers. When you do that, of course, the system loses information about where that point actually is. After the marker is revealed again, the system isn't always sure, you know, which marker that actually is. So you do have to tell the system that, you know, this is the sternum marker or whatever, and then the system can continue to use that to perform the computation. Sometimes, very rarely, when two markers come too close together and then move apart again, the system might not be sure which is which, and it might actually get confused. There are times where I've seen things like, you know, the computer thinking that this point is part of the left wrist, and then the whole model just goes weird. So yeah, some very interesting experiences about cleaning up mocap data. At the end of the day, we were able to actually extract actual movement information out of the entire capture. What this means is we can then map it to a bone and, well, import it into our favorite 3D editing programs for use with any animation we like. As you can see, this is one of the final results put into Blender, and it is a set of bones. In fact, if I was more proficient at doing 3D stuff, I would just grab a 3D mesh and basically rig that bone to the mesh itself. And that way, I'm actually able to use my friend to drive the motions of any 3D character I choose. This is extremely cool stuff. This is the kind of technology that's actually being used in the industry. I mean, it's actually used on films like Avatar, it's used on games like Beyond Two Souls. So yeah, it's really high-end stuff. I know I keep saying this, but it's mainly out of the surprise that I'll get to work with a system like that. So yeah, that's it. That's actually my mocap vlog. Now, I'm aware it wasn't very educational, but hopefully it was a little bit insightful and it allows you to actually see part of the process of doing the whole mocap thing. But like I said, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and I was very glad to be part of it. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I know it's just me rambling. And well, until next time, you're watching 0612 TV. Hello! If you enjoyed this video, don't forget I appreciate every like, favorite and comment you give me. If you'd like to see more from me in the future, don't forget to subscribe. For more updates outside of YouTube, do follow my official Twitter account at 0612 TV. And if you'd like to see more of my work, you can also check out my About Me page. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, you're watching 0612 TV.